Hey everybody, welcome back. If you're new here, hi, I'm Mercury. So today I need to continue to make little snacks to travel with so that way if I get a sweet tooth while I'm on vacation, I'm not just stuck with only fruit. I'll have some options. Now today's snack, I am not 100% sure I'll be able to take with me, and I'm making it now because we're a few days in advance so I can test this. Because what I'm going to be making and doing a recipe review of is a peanut butter jelly cup. So think about like a Reese's with peanut butter but with jelly also, like something like that. So that is what we're going to try. The recipe is coming from one of my favorite websites, Bakerita. So they always have great and delicious things on there. So I'm really looking forward to trying this out. The reason why I'm not 100% sure if this is going to come with me is I'm not sure if these will get all melty at room temperature, let alone at Floridian and Caribbean room temperature. That's where my reservation comes in, and it's like the hotel rooms and the ship will have a refrigerator or an in-room cooler, but it has to survive the flight and it has to survive transit between. So I need to make them now, test it, and see how they're holding up before I head out. So we're gonna give this a try. But for now, let's go over to the kitchen. The ingredient lineup for this is pretty straightforward. It's coconut oil, cocoa, honey, and then peanut butter and jelly. So for the jelly, this is homemade chia jelly, and I have done a video on how I make this before, and at the end of the video, I'll throw a link up for that. The other thing that I recommend, silicone baking cups. So I used these recently when I did the chocolate and peanut butter muffins, right? So these things are great. They are dishwasher safe. They are oven safe. They are fantastic. I love them. So that's all that we need for this. And that muffin tin is more for just keeping things standing upright. It's not going in the oven. It's just for organizational purposes. So let's get a bowl and let's get this started. First up, we're gonna put in the coconut oil, and it is melted. So we're gonna do that. And then we have the cocoa powder. Next up, some honey. And then we're gonna mix it up. I love using a little whisk for something like this. Next up, it says to put a small amount into each of the muffin liners, and then it's going to go in the fridge or the freezer to set up before we put the PB&J in. So it has to be solid. So we're going to pour a little into the muffin liners and let it get solid. So I just took these out of the freezer. So the next step is to put the peanut butter and jelly in and then cover it with another layer of the chocolate and pop it back in the fridge or the freezer. So that's what I'm gonna do. Putting in the peanut butter. Do, 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 do. Little bit of peanut butter. Try not to make a mess. I'm trying so hard. I'm like just going dip, plop. So this is what it looks like with the peanut butter in. And now I'm gonna add a little blob of jelly, and then I'll put the chocolate on top. So now that jelly's on there, so now I have the chocolate, and I'm gonna pour a little bit of the chocolate right on top. So I made a little boo-boo, just a little boo-boo. Even the directions said not to use more than half of the chocolate on the bottom layer, and I miscalculated. and I used a little more than half on the bottom layer. So the bottoms are a little too thick and I didn't have enough chocolate to cover all of the top layers. So I have some that are covered and some that are partially covered and some that are not covered. But you know what? That's okay. So we're gonna just try it as is. We'll figure it out. It's okay. But I have them back in the chill chest setting up, and we'll give it a taste test when they're done. So I'll be back in a minute. So I just took this out of the freezer. So it looks just like a peanut butter cup. So I'm gonna cut this in half and then we're gonna try it. So I have my peanut butter jelly cup. I cut it in half so we could see the middle of it. So it looks a little ooey gooey with peanut butter. So I guess let's give it a try, right? That's what we're here for. Cheers. That's good. That's really good. I'm not a huge candy person, but before I gave up refined sugar, I used to love a good Reese's peanut butter cup. Yeah. This is a good replacement for that. This is tasty. This is good. And I like that it's not just peanut butter. I like the addition of the jelly in there. It's quite good. We're gonna see if it'll hold up for travel. I'm not sure. I don't know if I could pack it in a way where if it melts a little bit, it won't like fall apart. I may like stack the silicone molds so that way they like hold it together. I'm gonna play around. I'm gonna do some experimenting with that. I'll let you know how that goes in the future. We'll see if these can make it, for travel with me. If not, hey, I got a great snack out of it. And they're freezer friendly, so, they'll last. It's good. So with that, I'm done for the night. I'll see everybody real soon. And until then, stay inspired by everyone. Take care.